Joining me today is Jaci Velasquez.
Hey.
Jaci, thank you so much for being here with us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a beautiful day to
really
talk.
is. It really is. And you know what? You are such a legend in the music industry. You know, I remember when I first got saved and I used to listen to your music, you know, way back when.
Oh.
But, you know, for those who are not familiar with you, can you share a little bit about your testimony and how you came to know the Lord?
I got saved when I was 5, but I think my faith became my own and more personal to me versus something that was just something done in the house.
Yeah.
Probably when I was 17, 18 years old, just that real need for intimacy and alone, and not just doing something that I was taught to do, but doing something I believed in truly with my whole heart.
That's so awesome. Now, you are such a beautiful singer, but when did you know that you were called to sing for the Lord?
Well, my mom always tells this story, and everybody gets a laugh out of it, and it's so cute. Apparently, when my parents had their church, and I was just a baby, I was still in the crib. She always said I could learn to. I knew how to sing before I could talk, so I wasn't even walking yet. And they said that they were up front, and they could hear this little voice coming from the nursery and singing, "Our God reigns," singing in pitch. And they told everybody to be quiet, and they wanted to listen, and it turned out to be me at, like, I don't know, 13, 14 months old, singing Our God Reigns in good pitch. So I think the calling was always there. Music has always been a part of my family's life. But it's something that I never take lightly, because music is so helpful for the soul.
Amen. And it's so needed. You know, worship is so important to just connect with God and know that He's there and that He's real.
Yeah.
But you haven't really released an album in a while. What have you been up to all these years?
I did a lullaby record in Spanish for Fisher Price, and that was probably one of my most fun records to make, because I was making a record that I was going to get to sing to babies. So I'm doing it's like La Nanita, Estrellita, ¿dónde está? Quiero verte titilar. And that's super special for me, because at that point, I already had my boys, so they weren't really letting me sing nursery rhymes anymore. So I got to do this thing for Fisher Price and sing all those. Buenas Noches Mi Sol is what it's called. So that's the last one I did. That was about 2 years ago. And then prior to that was Diamond. And I'm actually working on a new English record, a duo record with my husband.
Speaking of which, how is it working with your husband in ministry together? You guys, have the same calling. You both do music. What is that like?
Okay, I could give you the really, perfect, answer, or I could be totally truthful.
Be real. We like it. We like it when you're real.
It is a blast. It is so much fun. It's amazing being able to hang out with your best friend and do something that you both love to do. Now, with that being said, it is challenging, because there are times where you're like, it feels like somebody's telling you what to do, but you're both like the lead singer, and you're both kind of, solo artists. And so you both have strong personalities like we both do.
Yeah.
So at times that can be challenging, but it is such a blast.
That's
cool.
So awesome. You are a mom, you're a wife, you're a singer, you work in ministry. How do you balance all of that?
Coffee. Lots of coffee.
She's got jokes, guys.
No, coffee and lots of concealer under eye. No, it's a lot. My husband actually was asking me the other day, because I also have a new dress line. It's called N+J=Z.
Wow.
So a new fashion line, but the dress is in honor of my oldest son, who is autistic. He's on the spectrum for autism, so the proceeds benefit kids with autism and Autism Tennessee. So my oldest, my Zealand, is just amazing. So we started the dress line. That was something I just wanted to do to honor and help other families that cannot afford therapies or don't know where to go to look for help with their kids, who they think could be on the spectrum for autism or not. Just a great way to help them and to pay it forward. Well, with that dress line, there have been a lot of other things that have come into play into my life. So my husband and I were in the car the other day. He goes, how do you handle it? They say that if you try to do everything, you end up being good at nothing. And he goes, you're doing the radio thing, and then you're doing the music thing, and then we were on our way to the studio to record, and he goes, and then you got your dress line, you got all this stuff going on, then you're cooking dinner for the kids and hanging out with me when the kids go to sleep. What do you feel like is lacking? And I was like, the only thing that matters and that I would truly, truly care about, that is my whole world, is God, obviously, and Nick and the kids. I said, as long as I give you guys my max amount of time and none of this takes away from you guys, then I'm doing everything right.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Now, you really intrigued me when you said you have a dress line, because I love clothes.
I love clothes. I knew we loved each other.
So let's talk about your clothing line for a second. You know, what kind of dresses are they? What do you hope that women will get out of wearing these dresses? Talk about your dress line for a
Okay,
little
well,
bit.
the dress line is N plus J equals Z. And the first dress, which the prototype just came in, and I've got my first pre-order, so I'm like so excited. I'm like a little kid. And the dress is called the Foster dress.
Okay.
And the Foster dress, being in honor of my son, Zealand, his favorite band is called Foster the People. So it's the Foster dress. And
Aw.
the dress is for any body type, every body type. We're starting off in black, red, and white. And it's made out of a neoprene jersey fabric, and it has a zipper up the center that's enclosed, hidden, that goes all the way up, so you can have a very high neckline, and it can be a V-neck, so you can decide how low it goes,
Ooh.
how high it goes.
That's so awesome. I can't wait for those dresses to come out.
Oh, it's yeah, I can't wait. I'll have to show you. You'll have to check it out online. N plus J equals Z clothing.
Awesome. Now, you know, TV and Salsa represents a network that is reaching the Hispanic American community with the gospel of Jesus Christ. You know, we're trying to reach the second, third, fourth generation Hispanic Americans. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's important that, I mean, everybody needs to be reached. Obviously, that's what we're called to do. What I think is cool about what y'all are doing is kind of reaching out to the millennials. I feel like that's really been lacking in the Hispanic kind of Christian dome church world. The millennials, that age group, it's a little bit different than the others. You know, maybe we're second, third generation Mexican Americans. Maybe we speak Spanish, maybe we don't. But maybe we know a few words. We definitely know how to find out where the bathroom is in Spanish. But I think that's amazing that you guys are doing that and reaching out, because there are so many of us, and we're definitely taking over the world.
What is your message to women?
Love God. Love who God made you. Trust that His plan is there, and be willing to see it, and be willing to be open to it, and trust it. It's not always easy, it's not always fun, but God's way is better than ours.
Amen. I want you to look into that camera and just speak to the woman watching right now. Maybe there's a mom watching that feels like that, feels burnt out because she has so much burdening her right now. Would you just look into that camera and encourage her?
Oh, of course. Are you a mom that is feeling that way, feeling like you just can't do it anymore, feeling like you're up to here and you're just drowning in so much that you have to get done, and it just feels like you're never going to get dinner on the table in time? The clothes aren't done. Your husband's going to come home and have no socks for the next morning. You know what I'm saying? I understand completely, and what we have to remember in life is we'll never look back at our lives, and think, I wish I would have done this, or this more. I wish I would have cleaned more. I wish I would have mopped the floors again. That last time, I really should have done that. Or, you know, I should have used bleach. That's so embarrassing. I better rewash all my clothes. Now they smell weird. You will never look back at your life and think that. What you will do is look back at your life. Think of your husband. Think of your kids. Think of your grandkids. Think of your great-grandkids. You'll think you would have spent more time. Time is the true currency. Where you spend your time and where you make your memories, that is what you leave behind. What will your legacy be? Make your legacy all about the good and the memories and the joy that life is, that God gifted you.